Hey, what's up? This is Herman Lee, guitarist of the band Dragonforce, and you are listening to 89 FM, the Radio Rock.
Luiza para 89 a Rádio Rock. Hoje eu vou conversar com o Herman Lee, que é guitarrista do Dragonforce, que tá vindo aqui pro Brasil no Notfest. Confere aí. So let's talk about your upcoming show here in São Paulo at Notfest. And Dragonforce has played in Brazil a couple times already, but this is a huge thing because Notfest is a very important festival here for the metal scene. So what can the fans expect from the show?
Well, we haven't played in Brazil for a while. I gotta say, we have leveled up and got better at about every single thing and evolved. So we're bringing the best Dragonforce we ever been to Brazil. So it'll be really exciting for us. You know, it's been so long, so it's now finally due, you know.
Now, talking about your previous time in Brazil, what's the most memorable moment that you recall with Brazilian fans?
The fans are just so passionate, you know, in Brazil. So, and I have a lot of Brazilian fans and friends, actually. I have a lot of Brazilian friends because I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for many years. So it's always cool to go to Brazil, just kind of like, you know, kind of I have that special relation with it, you know, with the martial arts and everything.
So this year you released the album Warp Speed Warriors. What was the process of writing and producing this album, especially after the gap from like 4 years since the last one?
You know, we just took our time and tried to create what we want to do, what we want to make, and make it as good as possible. We're not under the clock or that we have to deliver an album, you know, and have to go on tour, right? So it's really music as the primary focus first, instead of having to throw something out just because we have to. So it's been great. It's the same thing with going to do this show. You know, we didn't want to go to Brazil until we get the right opportunity to make sure we can present the show that we want to do.
And Herman, you recently won the God of Riffs Award at the Metal Hammer Awards. What does this recognition mean to you?
I think it's something that I can tell the fans and the aspiring guitar players out there who just started learning or playing or want to start playing is I started playing guitar when I was 16 and never expected to win anything, right? So to win an award like that is always special for me, but I hope that this inspired the fans out there to say, you know what, it's never too late to do anything you want to do.
Also, the Inhuman Rampage album is very influential to the power metal fans. How do you see the band's evolution since then?
Back then, in 2006, you know, we were just trying to be the fastest, the most extreme, the more guitars, the better version. And now we've evolved to do more than that. So not that we don't like that. We still have that element in Dragonforce. But now we do some slower songs, some mid-tempo song. And it actually works even better on stage because we don't have to play every single song fast for an hour and a half. You know? Yeah, so we got better just about everything. But back then we were young and hungry, just want to play as, you know, we had a sound or style that we want to establish to prove ourselves. And now we don't really care. We do whatever we want. So it's actually more relaxing now to when we make an album.
I want to know what career lessons stuck with you that, you know, you could pass on to new bands from this generation that are starting now that you kind of wish that you knew sooner.
I think even to now, the most important thing is love what you do. But with the way the technology and the access to so many tools for musicians, from music to managing yourself, I think it's good to learn something about managing yourself, like business-wise, because if you can manage yourself and understand how the music business work a little bit, you're more in control of your music because no one can tell you something, you know, what you need to do. You can focus on your music. If someone tells you something, you know something that you can't just follow blindly. You know, there's a lot of sharks out there in the music business. So it's good to know about music business a bit. So, you know, you don't become enslaved, you know, your music to the business in the end.
It's funny that you mentioned business because most people, when I ask this, they usually say, like, get a good lawyer.
Yeah, and I married a lawyer, so that helps too, you know. Maybe you can do that too if you don't want to learn about it.
Which album or song do you think that represents the most, like, Dragonforce? Like, if you could pick just one work to introduce to new fans, what would it be?
I think we still got to go back to Through the Fire and Flames, which I was told is the biggest power metal song on streaming, currently, because it has reached so many people, so many years, right? It's really kind of a bit of a classic now. I can say, maybe people consider that. It's been in video games, it's been in movies. It's even now, after all these years, it's just made into the Despicable Me 4 movie with the Minions, right? So, and it has all the elements of Dragonforce: fast, long song, energetic, uplifting lyrics. And it's not that different from most of our songs. So it still shows our framework of what we're like as a band.
Now let me ask you this. This is for me. Have you ever played the song on Guitar Hero? Because I just can't.
We get asked all the time to play that song. We've done it a few times for press, because they kind of find it hilarious to see us failing that song. But yeah, it's I played Guitar Hero even back then, before that song was released. So it's a fun thing, and I get it. I know it's really create a special moment, that video game and that song, among friends and families that they remember forever, actually.
Yeah, it was like a childhood trauma for me, but let's move on. And Dragonforce is known for like creating very visual elements on the shows. What has been like the most challenging concept to bring to life on stage? We have this giant video game arcade machines that would go on top and play. And these machines actually built by Sam, the other guitar player. He built them himself. So they are not at the beginning, they were not the safest thing, and they were kind of wobbly and you kind of get scared. And now they have improved and got better. But that was a challenge at the beginning, to get them built and bring them on tour and make sure they survive the tour and make sure we survive them too. Yeah. Now let's get back to you a little bit. I can't forget to mention you're present at Twitch, especially when it comes to like the process of mixing and producing songs. How does like the sessions and connection with the fans through social media impacts your work as a musician?
With Twitch, it's really just to show who I am and open the window to the world of what I do. So not this album, but the previous album, Extreme Power Metal, I record a lot of the guitar parts live on Twitch in front of fans to show them what the process is like. And it was great, because to be honest, sometimes I don't even know if something is good enough when I record, and I'll do it like a whole day and I'm like, oh, it sounds all the same, it's not that good. Having the fans that listen to it and they say, you know what, that's good enough, Herman, you can move on, was really helpful. I doubt myself too. So we really have a really special community on Twitch with the fans, where I get a preview of everything before. It's kind of cool. Actually, they know better than me about the albums. It's like when we released the new album, they said, oh, you guys already played that on Twitch years ago, 4 years before. I thought, oh, I didn't know we did it, the demo version of it. So they got better memory than me. So they're helping me archive my life at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's awesome how you managed to bring the fans closer in like this way. So cool. Also, let me ask you this though. Do you deal with a lot of trolls online? Like someone coming up at your live stream and say like, who this guy think he is? Oh,
we always get a few of those guys, but it's okay. I'm used to it. It's still more pleasant than over on YouTube. You open YouTube, it's a different kind of level. In the past, now it's actually much more positive. I hope I'm right, that the general population, or at least the younger fans of music, are more accepting of different styles now. They're not so like in the old days, I hate everything else. I only like one style. I only like black metal and that's it, or something.
Dragonforce is often described as like a positive metal band. Do you like agree with this description? Like, how does it impact your songwriting?
Yes, we mostly write uplifting music that makes you want to do things. It makes you want to conquer, or I guess make you feel more alive and uplift you from sadness. People tell me all the time, I meet randomly in the supermarket or in the store. They say, oh, I use your music to go to the gym. A lot of people tell me that. And some obviously like video games battle. But generally, we try to keep the theme positive. There's enough negative lyrics out there. So for us, this is what we want to do.
So lastly, I want to know, what are your expectations from the future? Like, is that a path in your career that you wish you could follow, or just like wait and see?
We want to keep doing it as long as we love what we do. So we don't want to force ourselves to do it if we don't like what we're doing. And, you know, the music is pretty hard to play. Like, it's fast, it's pretty challenging. So I don't know how many years of touring we can keep doing, you know. We're not planning to write just ballads only, you know, to keep our career going. So we'll see how many years of touring I got left to play that fast for like an hour and a half to 2 hours at that show.
Wow, and hopefully in Brazil, right? Thank you so much, Herman. It was so nice talking to you. And I hope you have a lot of fun here in São Paulo.
Thank you, Luiza.
89, a Rádio Rock.